Hi guys, welcome back to Dxlynlocs, and in this video I'll be installing lock extensions to this beautiful head of hair. As you guys can see, she has a lot of hair. Even with an undercut, we still were able to attach 161 locks to her hair. So these are the handmade locks that were pre-made. This is actually 140, so this is 14 bundles of small 6 to 8 inch locks, and these are the tools that I'll be using. You can find all these products in the description. You can go purchase tools, locks, and what have you. My booking link is also in the description. If you are interested in booking an appointment, definitely read up on the details of booking with me. It's on the site, the location that I'll be at, and how to book for lock extensions. So for her hair, first we start with clean hair. Her hair is not stretched, not forcibly stretched, but it is naturally stretched from her putting it up after washing it. So first what I'm going to do is I'm going to part her hair into the sections that are within the part to lock ratio of the lock extensions that she wants and what she wants her hair to grow out to be. So I'm doing this by just twisting halfway down the parts to make sure I have them separated, and then when they're done, when I'm done parting everything, we can look at them, we can count them to see how many we have, and she can look at them, feel them, and see if she likes them. Now usually I'm pretty accurate with the lock counts, but sometimes someone has so much hair than I anticipated, and I have contingency plans for that, where I make the locks instantly on the person's head. Once again, these are the tools that I'm using. You can find them in the description to go purchase them. So when someone has too much hair or more hair than I bargained for, I make the locks instantly on their head, whatever locks that are missing. So we had 140 locks pre-made, but she ended up needing 22 more locks. So some of them were made on her head, and I'll show you guys how I do that. So here I'm just counting to make sure how much I have. So I ended up having, instead of the 140, I ended up having 160. And that's fine. We still want to keep the integrity of the size that she wants. So I'm not going to go in and make the parts bigger to make it 140. I'm going to go in and make more locks to make it 140. That way we keep the size integrity and she doesn't have bigger parts than her locks. So here, this is the first one that I'm doing. The angle's terrible. You guys aren't going to be able to see all of it. So bear with me. I'm going to show you guys how I do the next one, which this is a super old method. I've shown it so many times. If you guys go to my lock extension playlist, you will see so many videos detailing how I do this, and so many repetitive and redundancy. And I do this for people who are just not finding me. Some people just find this video only, so I put that information in there for them. They may just only watch this video, you know. It's not, I don't assume people go and watch every single video that's on my channel, because some people don't. So I make repetitive videos for that reason, or redundant videos for that reason. Alright, so first I start by leaving a good inch from her scalp to the hair. That way when the hair is twisted or maintained, there's enough room for the retwist to happen. And what I'm basically doing here is I'm instant locking her hair, and I'm using a triple needle. You can use a single, a double if you would like, if that's what you're comfortable with. I'm more comfortable with a 3 because it's more efficient, in my opinion, because I use it so much. So I'm really used to it. But some people are used to the single or the double. You just have to try all of them and see what works for you. So I'm instant locking her hair with this triple needle, and I'm pretty much going in a swooping motion. I pull the hair into this new lock system that I'm creating, and I'm kind of sweeping the needle out of it instead of pulling it straight out, because that will break her hair. And once I'm done doing that, I'm going to add the extension. So basically what I'm going to do here is I'm going to mesh the loose hair that is with the lock extensions with the loose hair that I've left out after instant locking her hair. And I'm using the 0.5 millimeter triple needle because the locks are smaller, and this doesn't apply to everyone. I like to use a smaller needle when I'm doing smaller locks. Some people could use a larger needle and still do small locks, but this is just how I'm comfortable doing it. So basically I'm meshing the loose hair of the extension into her hair where I've meshed and made the instant lock, and I'm meshing her loose hair into where the extension is firm. That way both areas have some loose hair in them, and that is creating the support and the hold. And then I go in and I mesh the middle very well to make it match the firmness and the size of the extension and her hair. Now the extension looks more round than her hair, and that's because, as I said in a previous video, if you're making the extension or whatever lock extensions you're using, they must be very firm and very well made, very good quality, because you want them to last. Lock extensions are not cheap, and this is the finished product of attaching them, but lock extensions are not cheap. They cost a lot of money, so you want them to last as long as you want them on your head. You don't want them to start falling apart. You don't want them to start thinning. So they will be firmer. They will be very, very firm at the beginning, and over time that will diminish. It will get softer, not softer, but more, it'll have more mobility. So, okay, so now this will be the second method. As I told you guys, some locks had to be made on her head because we needed 20 extra locks, and they had to be made instantly on her head. So this is one method of making the locks instantly on the head, and I do offer this service for a full head, but be aware that the price will include what it will cost to get them pre-made and attached at the same time, because this service usually is broken up into two different parts. Because the locks are ordered, then they are attached or installed, but with the same day they are just installed and made on the head. So as you guys see, I've instant locked her hair again, and now I'm going to create pretty much a structure that I'm going to wrap the hair around, and then I'm going to crochet it. So here I'm going to lightly braid the hair on her loose hair, and I'm going to keep braiding some hair onto the end until it is the length of the lock extension, or the length that it should be. If you have braiding hair, or if you have the Afro bulk hair that is longer, this is a 6-inch Afro bulk hair, so it's shorter, so I have to keep adding little pieces to make sure it's long enough. But if you have a longer Afro bulk hair, then you probably don't need to do this. You probably just need to braid one time. So here I'm lightly wrapping the Afro bulk hair around the braids that I just made, and I'm wrapping enough hair to where when I crochet it, it'll be the same size as the lock extensions that is next to it. And here I'm going to start to crochet the hair into her instant lock, and then all the way down, making it firm and sturdy. So what I was showing a minute ago was that I crochet with my hooks up, not down. Some people do it down and it works for them. I like to crochet with it up because my thumb is the more supporting finger. So I'm just going to do this all the way down, so I'm pretty much making the lock on her head. And there we go. Here goes the lock extension pre-made and the one just made side by side. They look very similar. So then I'm going to move on to the next method of how I do lock extensions. And this one is also a instant same day lock extension method. So I'm going to start by firstly very loosely instant locking her hair, not tight at all. And then I'm going to start adding the Afro bulk hair in the same manner that I loosely instant locked her hair. And I'm going to keep doing this until I get to the length that is of the lock extensions, or the length that it should be. Then I'm going to go in and crochet, and the same way that I would be making a lock extension, I'm going to crochet until it's firm enough, until most of the frizz is gone. And as I said before, this method can be done on the entire head in a one sitting appointment. Of course, it will take longer. This is why I prefer to do I like doing the pre-made lock extensions, because it's much faster. You can get it done in 4 to 6 to 7 hours. However, this right here, for her hair, if I was to sit there and do all of these this way, it probably would take us half of an entire day, or the whole day, or maybe another day, but it would take a good 12 to 14 hours to sit there and do all of that. So just having to add the extra 20 locks this way added so much time to this install, but that's okay, because it's still something that is accommodating. And for especially if you travel far to come get your hair done, it's something that is it's a backup plan just in case you need more locks. It can be done. I do offer this service of adding the lock extensions this way, so there's no wait for the lock extensions to be made. However, the length varies. I don't go beyond a certain length, because it would take entirely too long to do just a waist length head of locks in this manner. Alright, after all 3 methods are done, this is the finished product. She has 161 locks. We did not add one of them. And from here, her hair is clean. The lock extensions are clean, so we're not going to wash. I usually wash, but I'm confident her hair will be fine, because she started with so much length. Her hair will be just fine. And if needed, we will do checkups and fix anything that needs to be fixed, or what have you. But from here, I'm going to just lightly twist her roots, because she's not a fan of the super neat look. So I'm going to lightly twist her roots and add perm rods to it, because she wanted a top. She likes to wear her hair at the top and wrapped, so a nice curly look at the top would fit that very well. So that's what I'm doing here. So I'm basically adding just a mist of water to the entire lock to make it more malleable, making sure that once heat is applied, it will take the shape of the perm rods. And that's it. That's all we did. It was really late. We have been at this all day. So pretty much at this point, we were trying to do something just simple that she can work with. And that's it. It's the finished product of the rods. She only sat under the dryer for 30 minutes. But if her hair was completely saturated, like we washed it and everything, she would have to sit under there for a good hour to an hour and a half to get a really, really dry set of locks. So you guys saw the beginning, and now we're at the end, and you guys saw all 3 methods that I use to install lock extensions. And as I said, I do offer the on the spot making them on the head method. Of course, there are more details for that if you guys go to my booking site. If there are any of the methods that you guys want to see in more detail, please let me know. If you are a member of this channel, this is also something that is a perk for my members. I make detailed videos for you guys, of course, by request. So definitely utilize your perks if you are a member, and enjoy these beautiful pictures she sent to me of the aftermath and her rocking these locks. Thank you guys again so much for watching. Stay tuned for more videos. Bye guys.